Hello, I am now going to demonstrate how you can provision any LLD, that's a low-level design or bulk loader, into Cisco Webex Calling. The LLD is simply an Excel spreadsheet that contains the profiles, hunt groups, IVR/auto attendants, schedules, and even spare numbers that you want to allocate to the account. Let's start by showing this Webex Sandbox account. There is nothing in here other than the admin account. If I go into the calling section, there's nothing showing in the Webex features. The routing just shows the main number, and all the auto attendants, groups, and queues are empty. So if we now go to Migration Accelerator, we can click on Provisioning and drop the LLD onto the form. Oops! We first need to select the target platform. So authenticate with Cisco using SSO. And then drop the LLD onto the form and enter a customer name. At this point, we could use a wholesale account and org ID and even specify default licenses to apply to each user, although that generally isn't needed as it will work that out itself. We click on Provision and it connects to Webex Calling via the Cisco APIs to provision all the entries within the LLD document. It will begin by obtaining existing locations, users, numbers, and other settings, and then start to provision the users and all their personal settings. This includes extension number, DDI, call forwarding, devices, and any other personal settings, such as spoken language. Once all the users are added, it then provisions the groups, workspaces, devices, and IVR/auto attendants. Once completed, Migration Accelerator provides a provisioning report that shows you exactly what has been provisioned. We can see the users and their devices. Devices without MAC addresses are provisioned with activation codes, and it will also provide details of the groups and auto attendants that were allocated. Going back to the Webex Control Hub, we can see all the users have been allocated. And if we go into one of the users and into the Calling tab, we can see the extension number and DDI that has been allocated. And the devices shows the physical phone that has been allocated to the user. Within the Workspaces section, we can see 3 different devices we allocated. And if we go into the main calling section, we find its allocated auto attendants. We also see groups and call queues in this view. When selecting call queues, we can see that the weighting has been automatically applied to the queue. If users are added to an existing queue, these weightings are automatically adjusted. In the numbers section, we can see all the DDIs that have been allocated to users and groups, and even the spare numbers that we wanted allocated to the tenant, but not applied to any specific user or group, essentially reserving those numbers against that customer account. So in summary, we have taken an entire provisioning plan and built that into a live Cisco Webex Calling tenant in just a few minutes. That's the power of UCentric Migration Accelerator.